I'm Donna Bush with your CID TV News Brief. This Friday, Mrs. Mary Viola Brown, better known as Miss Vi, enjoyed not one, but two celebrations for her milestone birthday on the 25th of February. Now, the Georgetown resident marked her 100th trip around the sun with a 3-hour drive-by outside her home on her special day. Family, friends, and other well-wishers dropped by to congratulate her while taking in the live music by her relatives, musicians Paula and Mr. Berman Scott. Now, the mother of 5 was further celebrated with a birthday party, receiving a message from Her Majesty the Queen, applied for by her loving family. The message now sits in the Centenarian's home. The framed and signed birthday greetings from Her Majesty were delivered by His Excellency the Governor, Mr. Martin Roper. When asked how she was at her celebrations, the 100-year-old said, "I'm old, but I'm not cold." Ms. Vi represents a generation of Caymanians who were self-reliant and were resilient in the face of real hardships. They were hardworking, God-fearing people who had a strong sense of identity and a love of kin, said Minister for Youth, Sports, Culture and Heritage, the Honorable Bernie Bush. When not celebrating landmark birthdays, the super senior likes nothing more than singing along to her Christian music channels, listening to the radio, and watching Hallmark movies. Now, to apply for a birthday and celebration anniversary cards sent on behalf of the Queen, you can go online to www.royal.uk/anniversary-messages-0. Again, we say happy belated birthday to Miss Vi. Well, the number of daily positive COVID cases has decreased recently, which is good news for the Cayman Islands. However, 18 people have died since the pandemic started back in 2020, and most of those who sadly lost their lives were unvaccinated.
The other positive note is that the number of people in hospital has stayed quite stable. We have had one more person in hospital compared to the week before, so 17 rather than 16. Unfortunately, in week 8, we have had another death by COVID in a patient who was unvaccinated and with severe comorbidities, so other chronic diseases. This brings the total toll of the deaths from COVID in the Cayman Islands since the start of the epidemic to 18. The other important point and news to make is that the two campaigns, the booster vaccination campaign and the children vaccination campaign, are now on their way. So let me talk first about the children vaccination campaign. This is for all children between the age of 5 and 11. We have now, thanks to the offices of the UK government, we have received a consignment of 2,000 doses which are specifically formulated for children of that age who requires a very small amount of the vaccine, 10 micrograms. These doses are already pre-prepared, therefore their shelf life is not very long. And we know that they were received only a couple of weeks ago, and they are going to expire by the beginning of April.
For more information on where to get your COVID vaccine and the booster, you can go online to hsa.ky and gov.ky. You can watch Dr. Newton's entire interview on the Cayman Islands government's YouTube channel and social media platforms. And speaking of the vaccine for children just mentioned by Dr. Newton, again, it has been available here in the Cayman Islands for children ages 5 to 11 years old. Let's hear from Dr. Chayla Lamsey-Ebanks, who talks about the benefits of children getting the vaccine and any potential side effects.
The benefits of vaccinating children 5 to 11 years old. Firstly, we'll think about the child. For the child, it would be that they would be exposed to COVID. So this would prevent them from getting any serious illness that is associated with COVID, such as multi-systemic inflammatory syndrome, which is quite common in children, that get COVID, it would also prevent them from requiring hospitalization. In terms of their family, if they are immune compromised members of the family or the elderly living with the child, this will help protect that family unit. In terms of the community, it's important that we get vaccinated so that we can go back to, I don't really want to say normal because I don't think we're going to get there, but so that we can travel easily, so that children don't have to worry about wearing masks, that school would be easier. Once a child gets the vaccine, they can have the same symptoms that adults got or none at all. It's usually pain in the arm, pain at the site of the infection, fever, headache, some malaise. I wouldn't book the vaccine on a day that the child has to play a sport or maybe has some important things going on in school. So if you do it a Friday or a Thursday, so that you can see if there are any side effects. The majority of children probably will not have any side effects as well.
Now remember, you can find information on the children's vaccine online at hsa.ky or again on gov.ky. Let's take a look at the forecast. Tonight we can expect partly cloudy skies with a small chance of showers. Winds will be northeast at 10 to 15 knots. The outlook is for continued fresh winds and rough seas through Sunday afternoon as the ridge of high pressure system lingers over the Caribbean region. A decrease in winds and seas are expected thereafter as the pressure gradient begins to decrease. Satellite images show patches of low-level clouds which are moving towards the southwest across the Cayman Islands area. Now, also bear in mind you can find the latest unexpected local weather conditions online at weather.gov.ky. And this brings us to the end of today's news brief here on CIG Television. I'm Donna Bush, as always, thanking you for joining us. I wish you a safe and a most wonderful weekend and invite you back here again on Monday. Until then, bye-bye for now.
Seek the latest, accurate information on COVID-19 only from official sources at gov.ky/coronavirus.